Welcome back to the Creatives Conversation. My name is Gabriella Martay. I'm the director and owner of Helps Too, and I'm so excited to have you. Sit tight, put your seatbelt on, and let's talk about some creative things that we need to talk about right now. So, today I want to talk about how to approach social media in 2022. I cannot believe I'm even saying that, number one, because 2022 came so fast. But I think with 2022 coming, so many new things have come out and changed and are changing. And I want to talk about those. And so, to give preface real quick here, I myself not only run Helps Too, but I am a musician. If you are new here, maybe you don't know that, but if you are not, you totally know that. So thanks for being an active listener. I will say, as a musician, social media feels hard some days, even though I'm like great at media. I love media. It is so fun to me, but it just feels hard some days because I love my craft and it's just like so much easier to focus on the music than it is to like try to divert and like split your brain on like spending a lot of time on social media and then all the in-betweens. So I understand that feeling. If you feel that way, you're not alone. And I want you to feel like you have a comrade, a person to say, we're friends in all this. But I will say I have had great success on social media. I don't have 1 million followers or even like a ton by any means, but I do have my little 10K on Instagram and, I'm working it on YouTube. And I feel like when I say social media has been a success, it's not just numbers for me. It's influencing people. It's getting to have those, like, some people call them super fans, but I kind of hate that. I call them super friends. Those people that rock with you for like years, buy all your stuff, buy all your merch, music, write you notes about what songs they like. I have quite a bit. I feel like I have a tribe. When I actually do shows, I feel like people show up. So I'm not really tripping over the lack of numbers. We're growing and it's great, but I don't feel like I've had a lack of opportunities. So that is success to me. I've had opportunities. I've gotten to affect and influence, people and their hearts. And your girl is cool with that. If you're not, that's fine. But I want to talk about social media and where it's going. But let's start with where it was. So in 2021, I want to have like a fireside chat, just like off the record here, a fireside kind of chat with y'all. Like if you were talking with someone and you feel like your social media skills suck and you're talking with someone who's actually like pretty proficient in it, I want to have that conversation. I'm going to tell you like pretty much everything I did and what that all looks like. So in 2021, I was at the beginning. Well, actually, let's back up a little bit to 2020. 2020 was a really cool year for me in the sense of I had a lot of time. So I was producing with our videographer here. He's in the back. He said, it's me. I was producing one song, one musical piece a week on YouTube. And so we were doing like production. I'd actually produce 2 songs and 1 shoot every week. So we'd kind of get ahead. And I would produce that and put it out on YouTube. And that would probably be like anywhere from like a 3 to like, knowing me, I'm long-winded, 12-minute, 15-minute video. Lots of fun, collaborations with different people, all of that. And then I'd take a snippet and I'd put it on Instagram and Facebook. And then on Instagram and Facebook, I'd promote that YouTube video. I'd send people to my YouTube because I am a YouTube partner of sorts. I think that's what they're calling them right now. Partner. So like I'm able to get paid for like the ads being on my videos. And so, and to do that, just in case you don't know, you have to have, I think it's 1,000 subscribers as of today. And you have to have 4,000 watch hours. That could change in like 2 years, but like as of right now, that's what it is. And so, and once you hit those markers, you can become a YouTube partner and basically they'll pay you for ads being on your videos. It's pretty cool. And so I would send people to the videos, mostly because I want them to watch the whole thing. The whole making money with YouTube thing is an extra perk, and I'm grateful. And so I'd send them to my videos, and that'd be really cool. And I honestly, just to be totally candid, transparency here, I think I'd spend anywhere from maybe $20 on Facebook and $20 on Instagram per video per week to like upwards of like max maybe 200, unless it's a special song that I came out with that's like written by me and like I'm releasing something. That's pretty much what I was doing. So it felt small budget. And I did that because it's really hard to organically find a groove sometimes on some of these social media networks. And I feel like it was just a really good time, a really good season to promote something and send people to YouTube. And my YouTube following went from like 600 to like 5,000 within that time. Like from then, 2020, when it all started, like in May, to like now. And so like, and I haven't been like crazy. I just did my little one video a week, like, and kept it going. So that's been really cool. I think some people have found their followings to grow a lot faster, but I was doing one video and I realized that like people aren't searching for what I'm doing, which is different than like doing a beauty vlog, right? Like people are searching how to put on their eyelashes and like how to do their blush and contouring. Like people search for that. People are not searching for Martay's cover of blank or Martay's new song. I have to like start on the awareness end. Like people aren't even aware that Martay is an artist sometimes, and I have to bring them up to speed and like make demand happen. When you start a beauty blog or a food channel, a lot of people are already Googling and YouTubing what this restaurant tastes like, or like how's the food at, blah, blah, blah. People are searching that already. So you kind of found a cool like need, and I think that's great. But a lot of us creatives, there's no demand for our art. No, I don't want to say luck. Some of us, there really is. Like graphic designers, there's a demand for you. Web designers, there's a demand for you. And I think you're artists. So you're creatives for sure. But when it comes to like us painting and like people doing the traditional arts, there's not a lot of demand for us. So we got to create that demand. So I was being consistent on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I will say from that experience that my greatest success and growth came on YouTube. And I say that because it's true. I was going to say something else, but it's true. My greatest success, I did not think, because YouTube feels so hard to grow on. You know what I mean? Like it's just so hard to organically grow on, it feels like, but it's just not over. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, I think if you're consistent, it's a good time to start. Like you can really grow well when you're consistent. So what's funny is I can put up a video and it not get a lot of views, but I get a ton of engagement. And that is something I don't find with Facebook or Instagram right now. So this is the end of 2021 when I am doing this video. And so we're talking about going into 2022. And I think one thing I will say right now, Instagram has incredibly changed how their app functions. And it has, excuse me, it has dramatically impacted my personal social media strategy. And when I say that, I mean, I can post something and I have like, I think right now, as of right now, I have like 10,000 followers. I can post something and legitimately, like real followers, like I didn't pay for these followers, guys. I get, what am I going to say? Like I could post a picture that's pretty normal, or a video even. I might get like 500 views on the video. When in 2020, it was completely different. I was getting like 4,000 views, 6,000 views. So I just feel like my reach is capped on Instagram. And that is something I'm over it. Like I'm not going to play on your platform if you're going to like kind of favor certain people. And so I have found great strength in YouTube. And that leads me to 2022. I think I have some things right here on my laptop. If you can't see it, you can hear it. So I want to give 3 tips for how to approach social media in 2022. And the first one is you need to figure out, well, first of all, let me go back. The first one is you need to focus. And I literally have written right here, what works for everyone won't work for you. And that's one thing I've realized, like a lot of people, I see them on Instagram and it's working for them. But Instagram, even though people on there love me and they're like, where are you when I'm not on there? I get it. I love y'all too, for real. I really do. Martay Music. You can go check out my music Instagram. It's a lot of fun. I just don't feel like my art which I spend so much time on, this music, the covers I do, making them original and feel like they sound different, and then the videography that we're doing and the songs I'm writing, I don't feel like they get their full exposure. Like they get their full, they don't get exposed the way I want them to on Instagram alone. I won't necessarily stop using it, but I'm taking a break. So until probably the beginning of 2022, just because I felt like such a pressure to try to like fix my engagement and like make sure it works. Let me just tell you something. If something doesn't work for you, move on, let's pause. For you to know that something doesn't work for you, you need to do it pretty consistently for a little bit of time. So I'd say like, and sometimes that takes a bit, like, but I've been using Instagram faithfully for years, like I don't even know how long has it been out since it came out. Like really, I've been faithful to it, like posting daily. I comment on everyone's response to my responses, and I'm super engaged. So anyways, I've been doing that for a long time. So I know when the platform changed and it stopped working for me as well, because I've been in it. It's really hard to say the same thing when you've only done it for like 2 months. You know what I mean? And so I'd say give it a good consistent run. But I will say figure out what your main platform is going to be. I think that's my next tip. Focus. Definitely not everything that works for everyone else is going to work for you. But figure out what your main platform is going to be. For me, it's going to be YouTube. And here's how I qualify what my main platform is going to be. Where is my art best appreciated? Number one. Where's my target market? Like, I reach a lot of like younger people and older people, and there's a lot of those people on YouTube. I do music and a lot of videos, a lot of visualizations. Great for YouTube. I mean, video is kind of king right now, so it's kind of great for every platform, to be honest. But I do a lot of long form content. Great for YouTube. It's longer. And honestly, I'm good at it. I'm really good at making YouTube videos. Like, it is so fun to me. I am good at I'm just saying, I'm good at making YouTube videos. And it is what it is. But you have to look at yourself, like, what is best for my art and what am I good at? Those are questions you have to ask yourself, because you could be trying to just jump into Instagram or let's say Twitter or whatever, and they're just not going to work for you because you're not good at them, or they're just like not really conducive to your art being like valued the way it probably should be, or seen or heard the way it should be. So figure out what works for you. I think it's different for everyone. I think it really is. But have a main platform and then be consistent with that. And yeah, that was my next point. Make sure that you can be consistent with it. Like, and that's another way to choose your main platform. I can be consistent with my 1 to 2 videos a week on YouTube. Doing a reel every 2 days for me on Instagram, I feel like so burdened and like overwhelmed, and I will still do reels every now and then, and Instagram was paying me to do reels for a while, and that was great. Thank you, Instagram. I definitely received your checks and I appreciate you. But yeah, it's not fun to me. It's overwhelming because I don't have a ton of time. I don't have a ton of time to be, doing that. Maybe I will get that time, but right now I just don't. So long form content for me, that's it, because it actually takes me less time to do, to be honest. So, and figure out those platforms. I love TikTok too. I just want to say TikTok is great. It's kind of also like the real situation on Instagram. If you don't have a ton of time to do that or don't have a great strategy for it, and you're not consistent with it, then it might be hard for you. But I think it's worth checking out. For me, I think I had to really check out every platform to see what works for me. And I think it's the same for most of us. Like, if you don't know what works for you, I think you got to kind of test all of them. I don't know if testing all of them at once is the best strategy because you got to be consistent and good with like your effort on these platforms. So I would say that. I also want to say that it's really good to approach these platforms with a strategy. Like, even if you just choose your main one, right? YouTube. Come with a strategy and execute it. Like, be good at executing your strategy. I think the number one reason, and we say this time after time, I hear that song, time after time, when you're lost, time after time. I hear it in my head. But time after time, people come to us and they're like, why isn't my social media working? Or, no, I never get engagement on social media. And we're like, well, are you consistent? And they're like, well, what do you mean by consistent? You know what we mean by consistent. Do you do it all the time? Like, do you have a schedule? Like, what you doing? If your consistency is like once a month, it ain't gonna work. Social media is so day to day. But I think that's how you can choose your platform. If you don't have it in you to do a TikTok video every day. By the way, if you missed our chat with Amber Wilson, my chat with Amber Wilson about how she got from 0 to 10K on TikTok with her strategy, go check it out. We'll put a link if you're watching on YouTube in the description of this video so you can go check it out. But super insightful. It is possible. I think the last thing that I really want to capitalize on is that it's so easy to be doubtful as a creative when you're on these different platforms and say, like, I don't know if it'll work for me. But I think you got to go for it. And that's why I'm stepping away from social media, because I feel like in my heart as a musician, I'm not stepping away as like the marketer, Gabby the marketer, but as Martay the musician. Alliteration, that was cool. Martay the musician, those M's. As a musician, I feel I wanted to step away because I felt the pressure of having to keep people entertained, and I hate that. So I want to step away because of that. I want to step away to get vision, but I also want to step away to, honestly, if I could be honest, kind of reinvent myself. I know I'm good at what I do. And I think a lot of us artists deep down inside, we know we're good at what we do to a certain degree. But I think we sell ourselves short because we don't have vision, or we just play it too safe. And I feel like in terms of like how we brand ourselves and present ourselves, not all of us are branded, and maybe not all of us should be, to be honest, as creatives. But there is power with presenting yourself in a confident manner, in a manner in which people are like, who is this? Like, they are really confident and good at what they're doing. I mean, I'm sure you've met people, we all have, who you meet them and you're like, whoa, they're not the best looking, they're not the best skilled, they don't even have any crazy talent, but they're so confident. I want to know them. I think it's the same with us. I think no matter what platform you address in 2022, if you address it with consistency and confidence, like really showing up on that platform with the best content you can make, confident that your art, your creativity is worth being acknowledged, worth brightening someone's day, worth someone listening or looking at, I think you will really grow. I really do. I really do. And I know people are going to be like, well, that's really simple and that's whack. No, well, I've been in this for like 10 years, like at least. It's not whack. I see people who start Instagram and they just start posting their pictures like they're influencers. Like they just come out the gate confident, and people literally gravitate towards them. It's wild. I think if you do your art, get to know people, keep social media social, because it is social. I think there's a part to it where it's still social and you do get more engagement when you're social. It just makes sense. When you say hi to someone, most people are going to say hi back. That's how you get engagement. And that's how you start growing. If you're social, confident, consistent, I think you'll be good. Hey, that could be 3 C's, like confident, consistent, communicating. I think you will be good. Another thing I want to present, which I have before, and this is the last thing, I'm going to end it here, is advertising. Silence, because I know a lot of you, I lost you there. But the reality is advertising on social media is so powerful. You're going to be able to reach people that you never could have dreamed of reaching. If you know anything about the music industry, you know when artists are put on a label that they get huge marketing budgets. Like, that's not even a question, that they're going to advertise on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So any artist with a huge amount of following, they have advertised. I bet you, like, it's just really rare for someone to reach 1 million followers or a couple 100,000 followers without advertising. So I want to encourage you. I want to let you know that it is okay to advertise, whether it's $25 with an Instagram ad every month or $500, $2,000, whatever you have. When you put money behind your art in the form of advertising, it is like you're saying, I believe in this enough to push it forth to more people. People deserve to see this. People deserve to hear this. That is what advertising dollars do. And if you don't have advertising dollars, I would figure out a way to budget, figure out a way to cut back in your daily life, figure out a way to maybe get another client or a part-time job. If you really want to be an artist, not everyone wants to be full-time, but if you want to do it full-time, I think it's worth it to take some sort of budget and put it behind ads, whether they're YouTube, Instagram. TikTok has ads. I cannot wait to try those out. I have just been a little busy in this season, but I'm going to try out my TikTok ads and see how that works. And yeah, figure out what works for you. That is the key in 2022. Things are changing so rapidly, but I think and I know that if you figure out what works for you, do it with confidence, consistency, and just really have fun, people will notice and you will grow. So that's my spill on what to do in 2022 when it comes to social media. That's what I'm doing. You're going to see a girl on YouTube a lot. And then Instagram will be like an afterthought. And so will Facebook and TikTok. But YouTube's going to be my main platform, and I cannot wait to do it. And I got new music coming out, so I'm so excited. So anyways, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Gabby from Helps To, and you are listening to or watching on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, subscribe, okay? You are listening to The Creators Conversation, and we will see you in our next podcast. Bye.
It was 10 minutes short.
Oh, 20 minutes. Okay, that's fine.
21 minutes.
That was great.
All right.